Yo.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Marvin Lattimore.
Uni Francis.
And this is another edition of Welcome to My Hood Film. First one of 2024, Uni.
Mm-hmm.
Happy New Year to you, my guy.
Happy New Year.
No, it's been a little minute. We had the holiday break. We needed a break from the Best Man movies.
Yeah, they were emotionally daunting.
Yeah, I finished the whole TV show.
You're a better man than me, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I got to take some time off, do the Peacock. I'm not giving more money. I'm going to do the trial.
Yeah.
Only lasts 2 days now. Cheap fuck, so I got to binge it. I'm going to take all that within 2 days because I'll be damned.
It's a journey.
I figured, man, Jesus.
It's a bigger journey than both the movies. The first 2 episodes is what the third movie could have been. And then the next 6 episodes is
just insanity.
It's a rabbit hole.
Some Dragon Ball Super shit.
Yeah, man. It's a rabbit hole that nobody wants to go down.
God damn it.
Anyway.
Damn it.
But yeah, that was our last 2 episodes of 2023, and now we're here at our first episode of 2024. We're recording literally on Martin Luther King Day, but this episode obviously will release later than that. So we decided to do a little empowerment, get an empowering movie in honor of Martin Luther King Day.
Oof.
I mean, let's be real, folks. When it comes to hood films, there's no hood film that, is about Martin Luther King, really. The most we've seen Martin Luther King in a hood film was Tales from the Hood 2.
Oh,
Remember?
Don't bring that up.
Where Emmett Till had superpowers, and then Martin Luther King was almost had.
It was so bad.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Again, these are episodes from last year, but that was like the first time we see Martin Luther King in a hood film.
Listen to the episode so you can know why not to watch it. Huh?
No, I'm kidding. Oh, I was like, word? But yeah, like he said, listen to the old episodes on Spotify, on YouTube, and everywhere else that podcasts are streamed. Soon, audio podcasts will be on YouTube, so that's a good thing. Good job on YouTube for that. So
it's about fucking time.
I know. Anyway, so again, you already know our goal is the same from last year as it is this year. It's to put the word onto the hood one film at a time. We show people who maybe have not seen a lot of hood films, maybe they have, but we get their reactions on the hood film that they didn't see that we're going to show them. And we have a guest right now, because me and Uni ain't just doing this for our health. We actually are doing this to fulfill a goal. So we have a guest right now. We're going to talk with this gentleman right here. What's your name, brother?
O'Shea Bogus.
O'Shea. That's right. How you doing, man?
Not so bad.
Not so bad.
That movie.
Where you from?
Fantastic.
Where you from, O'Shea?
I'm from Montana originally. Okay. I grew up in New Hampshire.
Okay.
Started comedy in Boston. Moved out to Denver. I'm a fucking traveling man.
Okay.
And I just came to New York in July.
All right. And you've been doing comedy for a couple
7
years?
years.
7 years.
Okay. 7 years.
That's what's up. You see, we get the vets out here. We don't just get the rookies. We get the vets out here. You know what I'm saying? So, have you ever seen a hood film before?
I feel like I've seen a decent share.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was what was the ones that, outside of the one we showed you today, what was one that was memorable to you?
I mean, I was visiting my brother in Phoenix, and we had to watch Friday After Next.
All right.
That's kind of a tradition, It's like one of the, besides bad.
That's your holiday movie?
Yeah, besides Bad Santa, it's Friday After Next.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right.
Get you in the holiday spirit. Not mad at that. We did that movie also on Welcome to My Hood Film. You can check that one out too. We also cover that up.
I'm loving this. We want at the self-promotion.
Yeah, I want them to listen to it.
All right, so with that being said, let's go right into what was the movie that we showed you, sir?
Lean on Me.
Lean on
Yes.
Me. And you made a good point when we were watching it. You was like, this is the end of the 80s. This came out in March 1989.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was literally the last year of the 80s.
80s as fuck.
Yes.
Everyone has acid wash and fucking the opening sequence to Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Patterns all over the clothes. Also, there's a weird thing with 80s clothes, especially the late 80s, where everyone kind of looks like they're in a Michael Jackson video. But they also kind of look like a gay leather daddy. There's so many leather hats in that fucking movie.
Hey, that was this shit.
That was
listen,
androgyny was the thing.
When they started making movies about our generation, I can't even say shit.
It's going
It's going to be real bad. Big ass pants,
saggy jeans,
triple X, white shirts. What were we doing?
Yep, that's right. Throwback jerseys. Yep. Yeah, we gonna be crazy when it comes to a movie about the early 2000s. So yes, Lean on Me, like we said, came out Came out March of 1989. March, I think it was the 3rd, but that's fine. Came out, March 3rd, 1989. It had a budget of $10 million estimated, and it grossed worldwide $31,906,454.
Not bad. They made a profit.
They made their money back and then some. The movie was shot in New Jersey. And some of the people, it was actually based on a true story of Mr. Joe Clark.
He passed away to 2020.
Yep, passed away in 2020.
December.
Right at the end of the year. Right at the end of the year. That's what I was reading, because I was like, I was reading all of this while we were watching the movie, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I knew it was based on him.
You did?
I knew that.
Oh. Yeah, I was the only one.
Nah, it's just...
I knew it was based on a true story. I had no idea about the real story.
No,
I didn't know it was in New Jersey even. I was watching the whole time.
I forgot. I knew it was in the East Coast. I forgot where, but that sounds about right. Patterson...
The cops pulled up and said Trenton on. I was like, oh, fuck, this is right over there.
Patterson, they be getting down over there.
Yeah.
They be getting down over there.
He said Trenton at some point.
The real Joe Clark, he died December 29th, 2020. Damn, almost made it to the next year. That's crazy. Doesn't say how he died because we're on IMDb, so they don't really fully have that, but it is what it is. Some fun facts about the movie also is that this one, I'm not trying to, because we're gonna talk our shit about this movie in a minute, but this was a fun fact, a behind the scenes fact that I had to share with you gentlemen now. I wanted y'all to get the natural reaction.
All right, cool.
It says here, the real life Joe Clark resigned as principal of East Side High School shortly after the film was released.
Oh boy.
Around the time the film debuted, he was suspended by the school board for 1 week after scheduling an assembly in which dancers stripped down to their G-strings. Clark said he hadn't known about it in advance. Ironically, the man who suspended him was Dr. Frank Napier.
No way.
God damn it.
So he tried to throw a party for himself in school? Is that what he tried to do? After hours?
But he said he didn't know about it. He said he didn't know that chicks was going to drop it low.
I don't.
Like in the middle of the day?
Yeah.
When the fuck did
I'm assuming it's going to be after hours.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's what I'm assuming.
Busted low.
Well, he said it was an assembly. They don't have an assembly.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah,
that had to be.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think.
He was minding business, and some chicks was like, "Let's go."
Breaking it wide open in third period.
My
head canon is the woman that was pissed off in the movie organized it. That's my head canon. We don't know, the man passed away. So, but my head canon, that's how I'm going to sleep at night tonight.
She hired the chicks to come.
Yeah, she would do that. Like, I'm going to get you eventually.
She got crisis strippers that come to the high school.
But they said it was Frank that suspended him, which means that Frank probably set him up.
No, I doubt that. Frank was like, I got to suspend you, bro. This looks bad. I'm a little bad, but I don't do it. I'm like, come get a beer.
Right.
Come get something to eat. Yeah,
it's a PR nightmare.
It's a PR nightmare.
Yes, and the movie about to come out.
I said my piece. So now, O'Shea, can you tell us in your own words what you saw in this film, man?
So,
break it down for us.
There was a nice school, white school, and then went to hell. Just graffiti everywhere.
In about 20 years.
Took a 20-year gap. They fired Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Mr. Clark.
Yeah.
And then in his absence, it turned into the hideout from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it looked bad. It got
fucking insane.
Yeah.
And just like people are getting their heads stomped in, just bloodied on the linoleum.
The opening montage of the school is like,
they don't send anyone home.
Yeah.
They don't have an assembly to check in. They're just like, get to class.
Yeah. Teacher being sent to the hospital, girls being sexually assaulted by other girls. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's so much just rampant. Like people are grabbing asses.
Yeah.
Freshmen are doing crack. Like how do you have crack money out as freshmen?
I guess it's pretty cheap. Yeah, they ripped off her shirt
just to do it,
and she had
she's doing her fucking mascara, and they gang up on her, just immediately just fucking.
Yeah. Titties was out and all that. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was like Ho Chi Minh City. It was fucking
this was a wild high school. If I was going to class and I just saw that, I would have been like, yo.
And then the kid that saw it, this like horrific, this girl's worst day of her life.
Mm-hmm.
He walks up, he's like, "Oh shit, this is rad," and then he starts hitting on the teacher.
The teacher's trying to break it up.
Yo, Ma, let me holler at you.
He's like, let me talk to you real quick.
And she's like, getting the scene. I feel like the actress was even kind of like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah,
that was a wild move.
She probably whispered to him like, "Yo, he said improvise. He didn't say do that. That's not what he told you to do. That's not improvising.
You didn't say not to do it, though.
Said, let your feelings.
Yeah, he's like,
that's what you decided?
What would your character do? My character is a teenager who don't give a fuck.
My character is a pussy getter. That's
yeah.
It's a skirt.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Talk to your boy.
It don't matter. She's a teacher.
Yeah, there was also a scene where two guys were fighting in the cafeteria, and then a teacher tried to break it up there, and they punched him in the gut. And just proceeded to jump him.
Yeah.
And they bashed his head into the floor.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
It was like a fight, like a Suicide Squad fight scene.
Yeah, they bashed his head
it was like fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
Kayfabe.
Yeah.
It was insane.
They stretchered him out of, they had him on a stretcher out, escorted him out of the
fucking
building.
big rubber neck thing.
Yeah. My man was just like that. Was like,
on a backboard.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And then after that, there was that scene where the dude in the suit walks up to the side entrance because it's like a huge,
a huge
plot point, which I didn't really get it until like later in the movie.
Man,
they're just opening the side doors to the school, and people are just coming up and selling drugs. And at first I thought it was like, so it's the other students, right? The other students are coming up and selling drugs, and they're letting their friends. It was one of the fucking teachers.
Yeah, wow.
And I thought it was like the silly thing that they used to do in movies where like a guy in a suit with glasses opens a briefcase. But no, the dude in the suit with the glasses was either a teacher or like a CIA agent.
Yeah. Like a narc or some shit.
That was fucking crazy. Like he's selling drugs to kids in Eastville to fund Contras in South America.
That's dark. That's dark as fuck.
And then brought him into the school.
What was that show? Snowfall. That's
what hilarious.
Yeah, like, a little bit of Snowfall.
Because it doesn't even make. It was weird.
It was weird. But no, you're right.
Because it went on for so long. I didn't think he was a teacher, but then he just goes into school. Yeah. Like, are you a teacher or are you not?
It's so weird.
Folks, he just broke down only the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
The whole movie was really about a man who was brought in to be a principal of a high school that was gone wrong. Yeah. And it was the same school, like he said, it was the same school he started off at. And they let him go, and he was like, fine, you guys can let it go to crap, I don't care.
Yeah, he was in the beginning of the movie with the Kwanzaa shirt on. Standing on tables and showing the fucking principal's ass.
He was a wild boy even back then.
That's an interesting thought, because it was the 60s.
Yeah,
right?
it was 60, 67.
Yeah, you're right. And he was like teaching all the nice little kids and stuff and helping them out. And all the kids was like, I mean, he's a little rough, but whatever. Yeah. And then 20 years later, they're like, you needed him. Yeah.
School
is terrible.
It's like a cop procedure. Like, we need to get the rugged renegade to
we
come
need
unfuck
the guy
this.
Whose whole family is criminals. He knows how criminals think.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what's so crazy that you brought that up, because the 80s was like all those cop movies.
Oh, yeah.
He's a loose cannon a cop on the edge.
That's what I was watching. It's like, is this about a principal? Are you sure?
Yeah, when his boss was like chastising him before they went and got a burger.
That's right.
Yeah.
But like for a second, it sounded like he was gonna be like, turn in your badge and you're gone.
That's what it sounds like.
Give in your pen.
Yeah.
Hand in your binder.
Make a big mistake, man. Yeah, it was like
it was that vibe the whole movie. I loved it though, but that was the whole vibe. Like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be.
The school that he helped make a great school went to shit, and his job was to help make it great again. And he had a bigger task to fill, because now the school was full of, instead of little kids that were nice, he had these big tough teenagers and people who didn't care about themselves. Yeah. And he found a way to change most of their lives outside of like the 300 kids he threw out or something like that. Only one of them came back.
Kids.
Yeah,
they didn't fuck them.
2 of them came back. One of them actually did okay for themselves, and the other one got beat up by him. Yeah. So that's what happened. Actually, you noticed, what was it? You said Michael Imperioli?
Yeah. Michael Malpasanti was in it.
Yeah, Michael Imperioli.
Chrissy.
From who you know from Sopranos or The White Lotus. He was an extra that got kicked out of the school. He was standing there just talking shit.
He was one of the ones on the assembly stage at the assembly when it looked like a fucking Wu-Tang show. A bunch of people shuffling
and they were busting freestyles and shit.
Yeah.
It was a cipher.
They were being complete.
Let's go. He was like, yeah, everybody shut the fuck up and get out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking y'all idiots. Also, fun fact, I saw IMDb. Michael Imperioli was on the stage, but in the crowd was a very young Taye Diggs.
Oh
shit! Taye Diggs was in the crowd. I didn't know neither. I had to read it. I was like, damn, I wish I could rewind it. But he was in the crowd while they were kicking the kids out of school.
That's crazy.
So he was just sitting there like, oh!
That's
nice. Teaching white girls to dance in the crowd.
Right. It was a Taye Diggs with hair, we can assume. It wasn't a bald
head. You had to find him, all right.
You have to really find him.
It was like a Where's Waldo.
Right. Where Imperioli, like, you can see it in his face, like, that's him.
Yeah.
With Taye Diggs, you're like, without hair, it's hard to recognize you, my brother. I'm sorry. I only seen you in a couple of movies with hair, so it was very hard to recognize him. But he was there. So we have to say that this was a low-key all-star film.
There's some stars in here.
Yeah, there's some stars in here. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Let me get her name.
I don't even think he was like a big star. I think this was the one that like pushed him.
It might have been, unless it was.
This was absolutely like a pivotal point.
Yeah.
Well, what was that movie where he was a pimp and he smacked the shit out of a chick in the scene?
That might have been before this. That might have been too hardcore. They lowered him the hardcoreness as time goes on.
Yeah.
You gotta watch the old movies now.
Pitching it up.
Now he's like a friendly guy helping Batman. It's like, nah, you were slapping hoes. You were slapping hoes 20 years ago.
Superfly 2 years ago.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute.
Shit out of some chick, and the chick shut up the whole scene. Like, she kept talking, and she was like, ah. He was like, bam. And he just stood there like, oh, you got it, sir.
He's for Slim, the real woman.
Yeah. Also, there was Lynn Thigpen, who many old heads might know. She was the
this is funny.
Because I know no kid knows this.
Nah, nobody. I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
She passed away.
Oh, God damn it.
She
really old head. That's hilarious.
Yeah, she old head. I didn't know she passed away.
Hey,
she was the chief on Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She was the chief. I think she was also Where in Time also, too.
Okay.
She was basically the chief all the time that try to help people catch Carmen Sandiego.
Gotcha.
And I always thought it was cool because I was like, wow, first off, as a black kid, I was like, yo, that's dope that the chief is black. But then I also laughed because I was like, that's kind of fucked up that the chief is black. That means she's the fall person. They're like, we can never catch Carmen Sandiego.
She's only getting yelled at. You ain't catch this bitch yet? Like, yo, it's Carmen Sandiego. What you want me to do?
That's it.
I'm sorry, she's smart as shit.
Keep her there to give her shit.
That's it. That's all they did.
Like, no one else wants a job, whatever.
Every time they found her in the country, she was like, good job, Gumshoes, you found her in Spain. And then they turned around and was like, what you mean she's gone? They just said she was in Spain. Now where'd she go? Where in time did she go?
She can't retire. She's like, this was a career move for me.
That's it.
Right.
And now my reputation is shot because I can't catch Carmen Sandiego.
There you go. That's it.
I'm stuck here.
That's it. That's how I always looked at it. I was like, she ain't never gonna get
That's a reboot. I want to see that reboot. Just like fucking just drinking herself. Like, God damn it. It's so hard.
I still
fifth
can't
of fucking bourbon in her desk.
Yeah.
The cop just comes to the bar and she's like, do you know how many countries are in the world?
I'm in
like,
too time, goddamn it. I'm in time, bro. I almost got raped by a velociraptor.
That's right.
I had to get a new passport.
Yeah.
They filled it up.
That's gonna be the time when she's gonna be like 2024 years. And they're gonna be like, what does that mean? You know what it means. I can never catch this bitch. Anyway, sorry folks, got a little distracted. Sorry. Also, there was, if I'm right, I think this was the brother from ER, but if not, Michael Beach, who also played Black Manta's father in Aquaman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the easier way to say it.
Yeah.
I know I said Black Man, whatever.
I know you know about. I've seen it.
Yeah, in Aquaman. So there was quite a few all-stars in here. If I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize, but we'll probably have it somewhere on the screen or in the comment section. But quite a few all-stars. So anyway, let's get into it. How'd you feel about what you saw, man?
I liked the movie because it was like a really well-made movie. They kept looping back things that happened. Like the kid that was falling asleep, and the girl shot him with the fucking spitball. And then once what the hell's the principal's name again?
Principal Clark, Joe Clark.
Yeah, Joe Clark.
Yeah.
Once Principal Clark got everyone in line and they all love him, they did the scene again, but she's like waking him up so he can finish his task. Like, there's fun symmetry in the movie with that. But I think honestly, like Joe Clark in the movie, I don't know what happened in real life, is a cult leader. He's breaking these people down to build them back up. And it just runs in there with a machete and chops off heads, just firing people left and right. Demoted the black head coach and replaced him with the fucking gym teacher or whatever.
I mean, you're not winning. You're not winning.
You're not winning. But like, that was not a good move. Really didn't win the hearts and minds.
No.
Any of the fucking.
Not initially.
I thought it was interesting that the football coach. They said the football coach was the English teacher.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting because I don't think I've ever. I'm trying to think back to a time when I was in school where when I was in high school, the baseball coach was he was a U.S. history teacher. So I guess
it's usually like a history teacher, like a geometry teacher.
Yeah.
It's never English. English is rough.
English, math, like those type of subjects is usually rare. History.
You don't have time.
Right.
Yeah. To
all
do
you gotta
shit.
do is just be like, 1776. Look that up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. People died. Okay, cool. And then you just move on.
That's it.
But to sit there and really no words and stuff. Yeah. So
shout out. Sit there, read what a motherfucker wrote.
Yeah. If there's a real version of that gentleman and he's still living out here, Mr. Darnell. Yeah, maybe not because it just says Mr. Darnell. That means it was probably
composite character.
Yeah, he had no government.
Like 9
full
people
government.
that he fucked over when he came into school.
That's what happened. The people he fucked over in real life was like, please leave my name out of this.
I don't want
to go down this lane again. I am good.
Dude, guy was swinging his dick. Just running into classes, running into the band room in the middle of it. I have a specific need, and you need to stop your class to help me right now. And if you don't, you're fired. You're not going to the Met or whatever the fuck. You're not going to New York next month. You're not doing the concert. You're fucking fired.
That's actually a good point that you brought up because you watch the movie and you get inspired and you feel happy at the ending and you're rooting for him and you're rooting for these kids and you forget that there was a group of kids that were actually doing something right, and he took that away from them.
Yeah. I mean, but to be fair, that's not helping with the test scores.
Oh, okay, these kids was gonna go places.
He was there for the test score. I'll admit that. They brought him in. He was a bruiser.
He did his job.
He was a hired gun.
Because the Mozart thing is really more about her.
You're right.
Those little kids really give a fuck about going right across the pond.
If it gets
they're in Patterson.
My man, if it gets me out of school, I can't.
I mean, I maybe.
as
they know they're doing it on the night. That shit ain't happening during school hours. Are you crazy?
As questionable as his tactics were, these teachers were mollycoddling the kids for sure.
Yeah.
Remember when the duty demoted? He's sitting in the office with the other kids that are there to see the principal, and he's the most nervous one there.
Yeah, that's true. All the kids are like, man, he's like,
what's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen, bro? Because I'm not finna to really.
And the other kids are like, I get in trouble every day.
They look at him like, bro,
are you okay, bro?
Yeah, bro, you a grown ass man. Relax.
He had him sitting out there with the kids, which is wild.
Just wild, disrespectful. That is why he flipped the desk.
That was funny.
That is why he flipped the desk. Because I would have been sitting here like I'm them.
He was treating him like a kid, but he was also acting like a kid.
Yeah, he was. Because once he flipped the desk, that's why he didn't even retaliate. He just looked at him like, see, this is why I treated you like that.
What do you think? You sit where the kids sit.
Yeah. Shout out to that music teacher that was like, I'm never coming back here. I don't care what score these kids get. You might be right, Woody.
Yeah.
She never came back.
You never saw her again.
I need a sequel where she sues the whole school. So she gets her.
And they didn't do it in the movie. It probably didn't end up happening.
It's an ongoing case.
Yeah. She's still trying to this day.
He's in the ground. I'm taking this to circuit court.
You gotta let this go, lady.
You gotta let it go, lady. Never. We were supposed to go to the bet. We were supposed to meet big wigs.
No, you're never gonna meet big wigs.
All I'm saying is, she was trying to take these kids to a better life, right?
Show them a different way.
Show them a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, maybe you pass the test. Maybe you get in college. Maybe it might not work for you. what I could do for you is take you to these places, meet these people. Your voice is good enough. They might take you to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Be the next Keith Sweater, whoever at the time was hot. And my man came in and said, "Fuck out of here, fuck you, you're fired."
I think that
no time for extracurricular.
Yeah, nah. In his defense, she was pushing it. He wasn't gonna fire her.
No, for sure.
No, she was.
No, when she stepped out of the band room at first, you could tell she had a fucking attitude.
Oh yeah.
She
was like, I know, but Mozart is better than the school song. You know?
Yeah, she did. She did do that. So I'll give you that.
She brought it on herself.
She brought it on herself. However, but you see what I'm saying? She did all of that. Try to show these kids a better life. He said, "Fuck that. I don't care about your goals. I care about my goals. You're fired because you try to talk back to me, and
he's
I'm
just
not
going
doing
around
that,
like
right?
a goddamn warlord.
Like a warlord, right? But now,
crazy.
Fast forward, he gets a new choir teacher. Black lady was mad cool, whatever. And then he was like, "Yo, where you learn this theme song from, whatever, for the school?" And he was like, "We learned from the choir teacher." Word? Ran back to the choir teacher, tight. Like, yo, hold on, all that. You changed the word?
Did I give you permission?
Yeah, she was like, I give you permission to change the word? She was like, no.
I don't know if I authorized that.
And then my man turns around and goes, have everybody learn the words. Good job.
It's good shit.
Yeah, he was like theatrics.
You earned it.
Listen, he's a dickhead for sure. He's absolutely. But yeah, you want to put some spice on it.
An abusive husband.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's like, he brings his plate into the kitchen. Like, did you fucking cook this? Did you cook this?
It's delicious.
The best damn thing I ever ate. Good job, baby.
You said SAT words.
Yeah. Let's see. He wants to fuck with him.
What I'm saying by that.
This food is unctuous.
She's like,
what? I don't know. Is it good or bad?
I guess I'll cook again.
He's not hitting me, so I guess good.
But hear what I'm saying, Udi, like, did that lady changing the theme song to the school's anthem?
Yeah.
Right? Did that play a part in helping them pass their test?
I think it did.
Oh, wow.
I think it's
a little bit. Psychologically, it'd be like, I got school pride now. Right, yeah.
They're like, we got a song. Ass. Doesn't sound like fucking white church hymnal.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
I said I wasn't drinking today, but if I could, I would have toasted that first music teacher, try to show him a better life.
Okay, man.
Like, you don't need to study. I'm gonna take that to the top.
I feel like that's your secondary to a true goal, just for clout. I think that was the number one goal. I'm not saying she didn't care about the kids, but I'm saying that's not her primary goal. That's her secondary goal. Hey, listen, the kids like it. I don't really give a fuck, but I know I like it.
I want a sequel where that choir teacher, the head of the PTA or whatever, the mayor. I want a sequel where they come together.
They just form like Voltron.
Yep, they form like down.
Intermove on Principal Clark.
And then they like, yo, how you know all my weaknesses? The vice principal the whole time. She was like, yo, all that shit you was talking to me.
You just let it stew.
Yep. You rejected my
You left
transfer.
me by the trophy case too many times.
When did you tell me to be a principal? When you fucking go to jail.
You said if I had something to do, I had to get it done myself.
That's right.
Well, here I come, Principal Clark.
With the squad.
I think she was cool by the end.
I got your test results. Yeah. You failed.
Hilarious.
Got to jail with you. Who's your favorite character, man?
I like the fat kid that got put in the way too big lockers. They got lockers like the shit that you take off all your stuff to go into a coal mine.
It was a Hollywood locker, so it could be big enough to push a small human in there.
Yeah, it was.
That's hilarious.
It was Sam's. I'm looking up his name right now because they did. Yeah, Thomas Sam's.
Yeah. He was great.
He was actually years later, since Uni was in the habit of promoting some of our older episodes. He is the main character of Fat Beach.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's him.
Yeesh, bro. You could have did better than that.
Fat Beach, another movie we did. We just went on to callbacks, baby.
Oh yeah, no.
Dupree from the Wayans brothers, all that.
I love him because the introduction to him is like, "Oh come on, man, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm fine. Why did I get kicked out? You were smoking crack in the school."
He wasn't even worried about the
Just
grades.
like blubbering, single tear down the cheek. He's like, "Why are you kicking me out?" You are a crackhead.
Crackhead. I wanted to see his parents. I wanted to see his parents.
We never did see crackhead. We don't know, bro. Is he getting?
He's a freshman. He has no money to get crack.
He must be getting like the really, really cheap shit. Like they cutting it.
Well, he's getting it.
It's mostly like
he getting the munchies right after some shit.
Yeah, maybe. It's mostly flour. That's what he just do. I don't know.
Yo, they was giving him flour the whole time. That's
too much
wild.
of that
base. Too much of that base. Yo, the crazy part is, it makes sense because when he first got the crack, he was at lunch.
Yeah.
So he was at the same time, like, my man was about to do the crack, and he was like, yo, I'm already eating this food. They made fried chicken. Like, we good. Like,
powers him up like fucking Pac-Man.
Like
dude.
Pac-Man. He's just eating. You know
freshman crackhead is wild.
Yo, a freshman crackhead is wild.
That's insane.
That was insane.
A freshman pothead, all right, that's still too much, too young.
Yeah.
Freshman crackhead is insane. I'd be like, there's no home supervision.
It's like when kids start selling drugs when they're in like the 5th grade. They don't do them for a very long time.
I will hope not.
Right.
The enterprising young drug dealer.
Yeah, I will hope not.
Smoking crack.
Please.
In freshman year.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was just like, what is
his background?
Yeah. What was
Yeah, we don't get it.
That's why I was just laughing. I was like, what the fuck?
He got so involved with the kids' lives.
Yeah.
He was really too close to the kids. The amount of times the principal touched the kids, just like a hand on the shoulder. But like nowadays, like I'm having a fucking physical response to him. Like, what the fuck is happening? You can't do that.
Yeah, no, you're right. In today's world, it got worse after this movie came out, obviously. But in today's world, especially, you're right. A pat on the shoulder is even like pushing it. But to do what he was doing, like the extra hugs and stuff, it does suck because that's where we at now. He didn't mean no harm by it, but a parent will look at it like, yo, you're getting a little too happy with my kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It does suck.
When I was in high school, like I tried to like slap my teacher on the shoulder, like, yeah, just like buddying around. They're like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I have to put a stop to this. I can't be seen to be allowing this to happen.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like,
that's crazy.
I agree with you. Sims was a good character, man. I was rooting for the other dude too. Damn, I gotta get his name. He was like he was the kid that just dropped out after he got beat up. Like he got beat up and then he
was years old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was like, I can't do this shit no more. I'm out.
The guy was.
We never got conclusion to that either. We never found why he got beat the hell up. He just got beat up.
That kind of just happened.
Yeah. And we never saw him.
Out or did
he did drop out? He dropped out.
He 100% dropped out.
Yeah.
He got beat up. It was like, yo, I'm out. He just bounced. It was too much for him.
It was so distracting that he had the same perm that Charlie Murphy had on Chappelle's Show. It's that fucking crazy hair.
They needed to like cut off the mustache. You way too old. Like, yo, you should have been one of the 300 that went away because you definitely not
you
kind.
Like,
you definitely old as hell. You definitely at least 22.
How do you?
This is high school.
How is he older than 18 and keeping his grades up enough that he could get left back but not kicked out of the school?
It doesn't make any sense.
He looked like Trey Parker in Despicable Me.
Yeah.
The fucking purple guy.
The old 80s villain. Yeah, he did. He looked straight like
insane.
Like I would be laughing if homie had an interview and they were like, "What was your character model for Lean On Me?" I mean, Despicable Me 3. He's like, you ever see that guy from Lean On Me that dropped out?
Lean On Me.
That's what I went for.
When I was watching the movie, I was thinking, he's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy. Let's discredit the fact he got his ass kicked that Morgan Freeman had to save him with one punch.
That was insane.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman
came in like an
Morgan Freeman in a knife fight.
Yeah, in a knife fight. He was a badass, folks.
Yeah, countered a knife with a what do you have in his hand?
Yeah, the megaphone.
The megaphone, and then punched him in the face.
Punched him in the face, and that kid went out in one shot.
Yeah.
One shot.
What a theatrical punch.
Yeah. You heard the sound effects.
He's like 2 feet in front of him.
Keep in mind, this man Clark Jones said this movie is 95% accurate. So all right, bro, what's the 5%?
A couple of percent off of that punch.
What's your 5% that didn't happen?
Did you really knock this kid out?
Yeah, did you really knock this kid out?
Did like you push him and security beat him up or something?
You know what I think probably did happen was him just shitting on all the parents.
Yeah. Oh, that's the best part of the movie.
God. Yeah,
that's because that's how people knew about him. That's why they started calling him crazy and all that shit. Him locking all the doors up. Like those parents, I was surprised that they didn't start a riot in that fucking room.
Yeah, he really got him on their side.
Yeah. It's crazy.
He went full Obama MLK before all that thing. He was just like, hey, listen, I kicked them out. They were all shitty.
Yeah.
I had to kick them out.
Enemy.
Yeah.
Well,
with that woman who later got onto the school board.
Yeah. She was the only one against it. Like, you shit on her kids. Like,
no other parent cared.
Bro, and by the time...
made the fucking Joker out of this lady.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He turned into a real-life villain.
Yeah.
In her defense, if I watched that, I probably would have went and snapped. Like, he's shitting on all our kids. You guys are, like, laughing it off. Yeah. He called them little bastards.
He called them bastards and all that.
Yeah, I kicked them bastards.
And some parents...
Oh, kids are like, yeah!
She was like in his face trying to like combat with him like, yo, you're not gonna talk about my child and everybody else's child like that, and you're not gonna talk about what we.
You're not gonna talk about my kid, and then the whole rest of the movie, she's not paying attention.
She's not paying attention to her kid.
Just on a war path with just crazy vendetta.
We don't even know who her kid is.
Well,
didn't see him for the rest of the movie.
Didn't see the rest of the movie. And shout out to
my head canon is the kid that got punched by Morgan Freeman. That's
her son.
Yeah. She was like, go in there and stab him.
That's my head canon.
Now, baby, you go in there and shake him real good now. He went in there.
Because she has a lot of energy for, like, we don't know who the kid is, and she has way too much energy for this.
Yo, you know it's crazy that you think.
Yeah, so that's what kind of like, you gotta at least show the kid one
After he got beat up.
Yeah.
After he got beat up, she started going even harder.
Yeah.
That might be his kid. She started going harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the deleted scene they stabbed that, because I'm like, why are you going this hard for a kid we don't even see?
She went real hard for this kid. Man. She was like, you took food out my baby's mouth. He was selling drugs at that school.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
You want him to pass.
But they didn't want to go that hardcore.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Pass a stupid ass test.
Yeah. That would have been too dark. Like, oh, come on.
She's my least favorite character, but in a way, she was a fucking great actress, dude.
No,
she's so hateable.
Yeah, she was. I'm mad that they made her so hateable for years later. We loved her. Like that's so crazy. That is crazy. But she was truly in a year in the 80s where there was, you know, what Darth Vader, Drago, Hans Gruber, fucking
she's up there with the biggest
villains in the
iconic
80s.
Villains of all time.
Dude, and then the lady on the PTA.
Yeah, you name them, they was there. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, just some of the biggest, Chucky, all of them. You name them. The 80s had some of the biggest villains, and we neglected this lady right here.
Black mother with a grudge.
A black mother with a grudge.
Right.
The biggest villain of the 80s, right at the peak, right at the very end, 1989.
Honorable mention for worst character in the movie was what was the guy's name? Rosenblatt or Goldenrod, wherever the hell. The Jewish lawyer guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I thought your people didn't like change. Just a massively racist jab.
Yeah. Like he said that as if like he was supposed to turn around and be like, guess we don't. Like,
oh, you got me there.
You got me there.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Actually, I'm glad you even brought that up because that was the other question we was going to ask you. Have you ever heard of the phrase, whose man's is this?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So
that's a perfect moment. Whose man's is this?
There you go. So that's one of your guys right there, right?
Yo, get your man's.
There you go. So that's one of your guys right there. Him and Leona Barrett. That was her name in the movie. Leona Barrett. She's right up there, like I said, with all the big wigs. Put her right up there with Jack Nicholson's Joker, man. Come on. That was the 80s. It's crazy.
I mean,
she was so intense.
She was a good villain.
She was fucking staring.
I wish we knew a little bit more about her.
Yeah.
Because, like, they never really showed the kid, so I got to feel it in my head that, why do you care so much unless your kid was making that crack money for you?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to show that will put you in the villain side. You a bitch.
We got to wait for the girl whose mom wanted to go for adoption.
Yeah.
In the worst set that they could possibly.
Yeah, they gotta make it look shitty.
They're following in her footsteps.
Yeah,
It was like fantastically poor. The fucking apartment that they had her.
Hey, listen.
Udi, who would you say was
man? Her too, but. Might be the principal himself. He was wilder.
I really can't. He could not be someone that I could be on his side. It was impossible the whole movie.
Yes.
And he was doing the right thing in the worst way.
That's what makes it good. Cause damn, bro, I'm with you, but maybe you would have did this instead of that.
I know. I confuse Lean on Me with Stand By Me.
Right.
And Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
Like all those like movies Like, so
He was always screaming.
I've been aware of this movie for so long, like vaguely aware. But like, I did not expect how fucking crazy he would be in this movie.
Yeah.
It was wild. Dude.
Yeah.
It was so rough.
Yeah.
It was very rough. I mean, this is another one of those movies where it is a no-brainer, but I do like what you said about the lawyer and Miss Barrett. There was definitely people that you could look and say, whose man's is this? Why you?
Oh, the mayor too. He definitely.
The mayor was bitched out.
Yeah,
he was just bitched out. He was just
ass.
typical, stereotypical.
He's just a politician.
Yeah.
So I don't care about getting things done. Right. I have an election.
Yeah,
right. He was like, I'm on whoever side is going to help me get to the re-election. You know. So once he seen that Joe Clark was getting love, he was like, oh, let me partner up with them.
Let me go.
Yeah. Forget this lady. She wilding. I'm on
Leave
child.
her with her megaphone on the steps.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's like, the state could go to
hell. He definitely. He definitely sat up there and let her bomb. They didn't give her the light or nothing.
100%.
He didn't even try to like.
He said, you on your
own.
own.
Keep digging. These kids is not hearing it.
He said, you wasn't reading the room when you walked in the room, so that's on you.
That's on you.
He was like, I'm going to let you, I told you 8 minutes, I'm going to let you get this 8 minutes.
He made it get a microphone.
Yeah, I'm not taking the microphone or nothing.
He's like, give him the microphone. What are you doing? You're done.
He's like, you done. Give it back. He's not the host. He's just going next.
Yeah,
that's what happened. So it was basically that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Because I'm really trying to think, because because he did everything. Joe Clark was really the most intense dude. There was even a scene where he told them, he brought all the teachers together and gave a game plan like, yo,
that was the second best scene.
From my informants that they trying to arrest me for putting chains on the doors. So technically I cannot do that. So here's what I need you guys to do. I'm going to get on the mic and say code 10. And when I say code 10, we're going to say it on the PA system, all that. And when you hear code 10, take the chains off the doors. And they got the tip. The fire marshal got a warrant to go past the guards and go into the school. Got into the school. They found out. And my man gets on the microphone and says, code 10, take the chains off the doors. Code 10, the enemy is here.
Yeah.
Those are the fire marshal like, yo, I don't know what y'all talking about. Ain't no chains on the doors, and you can't arrest me. He was like, we gonna arrest you for this. And plays the recording of him saying, take the chains off the doors.
Yeah,
my man,
in his hand.
You had one job. You gave them one job. Everybody followed the job to the T. You gonna tell the plan out loud. Whose man is you?
Yeah.
Like,
but was the scene when he told them that when it was all the teachers in the fucking gym? And there's like 300 fucking teachers.
No.
Oh, that was wild too.
That was the amount.
Yeah.
The student to teacher ratio at this school.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I need to look this up because there's no way.
It's like a fucking Montessori school.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. So it's like the amount of teachers in there was crazy.
They had 3,000 students and 300 teachers, and then they got rid of 300 students.
He's right.
The most staff, and then on top of it, like the fucking maintenance workers and the security guards. He had a fucking.
There was like 12 security guards.
He had like a personal guard.
Yeah, he did.
Like Candyman.
That is security with Candyman. That's a good ass security.
It's good ass security.
Oh, that tall ass motherfucker.
Candyman was tight. He was like, yo, you gonna let me take in my hook.
What the fuck was
Tony Todd?
They revamped the fucking the auditorium. They got all new seats.
Yeah,
they painted all the walls. They're like, we can't afford fire doors.
Can't afford fire doors. Can't afford the ones that make a sound when somebody walks in. Yeah.
Just get some of your dudes to stand at some of the doors.
Yeah.
You already hired doormen.
Those are the schools that walked so schools could, like ours could run when we went to school. I remember those doors. You be sitting there minding your business, and when you hear the you're like, yep, somebody trying to break out of here. Somebody trying I hope you don't get caught. You looking out the window like, run, motherfucker. You just run. Just moving. So it made sense to get those doors, man.
Yeah.
It really did. I mean, let's all right. We all said like a student, a teacher. Let's think about a student. What was a student that if you was in class, you would have been like, what the fuck? Like, whose man's is this? What's wrong with you? Right? Like, who was
probably the dumbass who knocked up old girl.
Yeah.
Like,
and then she fucking blew him up.
And then she blew him up.
That was hilarious.
At the worst possible time. They all sitting here trying to get my man out of jail and keep his job. And she over here screaming at him
Not doing nothing.
Not doing nothing. Like, I get it, sweetheart. You mad?
Everyone loves this kid, and she's like, "Yo, you're a fuck boy.
You're a fuck boy. How about that?" He's like, what are you talking? Like, what? You didn't even tell me that I'm not gonna be. Oh my god, I'm gonna be the father. Yeah. And at the end of the movie, I'm not. Listen, we're not here to take sides. But at the end of the movie, they showed her kids graduating. She did not look pregnant at that graduation. I don't know how much time passed in between them.
Listen, it's a woman's choice. I don't.
Yeah.
Or maybe had a bright future ahead of her.
Maybe he's only 1 month in. We don't know when this whole riot took place.
I'll talk that.
The timeline.
So they said 7 months for October. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, they're about to graduate anyway.
Yeah, we also.
Okay, so there was the sign with the 83 days.
Yeah,
that was in October. So 83 days went.
Yeah.
And then whatever, I don't remember what it was going down to.
Yeah, because 83 days is like what? That's like 2.5 months, basically.
Almost 3 months.
Almost 3 months, yeah. So we could assume
it was at least January by the time they took that down.
Right.
So it was close to graduate. Close enough. Only a couple months showing, and not really much.
Also, you probably could be like, "Yeah, we're just gonna terminate this."
Yeah, let's be mindful, folks, that the movie starts in October. Well, the real bulk of the movie starts in October. The plot. Because when they go and recruit him to come back to the high school, they say to him like, "Isn't it kind of hot for October?" And he was like, "Yeah, tell me about it." And then when he goes to Shorty's crib that was pregnant, before she was pregnant, when they go to her because she was afraid of getting kicked out of her house and being homeless and all of that, it's Halloween.
Yeah, they trick or treat.
Her mom was pregnant with her, all that crazy stuff. It was Halloween. So we had realized only like a couple of weeks had passed.
Yeah, it was like an hour into the movie.
And and you only realized like it's been only like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
We just started the semester.
The semester, and
Pacing's weird.
My man's already going through it.
And then they had just him screaming for the first hour of the movie.
Right.
And then they yada to he's fucking jumping in on double dutch.
Yep.
No.
They had a little montage going.
He did a prank on the kid, like he was gonna get him in trouble and shit.
Yeah, and then I think this is one of those rare occasions where I do a whose man's to an extra. But there was the scene where he was going to homegirl crib to go talk to her mom's. Somebody threw a pumpkin from the top of the building to try to hit my man. They tried to assassinate Joe Clark early in the game. I don't think he told them to do that. They just did it. They just threw a pumpkin off the top of because he turned around like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like,
what would your character do? Try to assassinate
just trying to assassinate my man. And I was like, what? And there was 2 extra scenes that I was like, come on now. There was the pumpkin scene, and then there was a scene where everybody was studying, and they did a montage of everybody working together to do better and pass the test. And they show a girl at her job at a burger joint falling asleep studying, or I think she was just studying too hard, and the grill like went on fire.
Oh yeah. And some guy came with a fucking fire.
And I was like, what?
I didn't even really understand what that scene was.
Yeah, what was the point?
She was studying so hard, she ain't had time for no burnt meats. Yeah. That's what he tried to do.
I need to see when she get fired. How about that? That's neglectful, man.
Man, that's a family restaurant. They're not firing up. Yeah, that chick is like 16.
Or it's a fucking McDonald's and they don't give a shit.
Oh, that too. One of those two.
Yeah, he says to McDonald's, they like, what you... Just put it on the button. Let's go.
Yeah, rather nepotism or they would have fucking hired anybody.
We need that number 5 like now. Let's go.
Yeah, no one gives a shit.
I'm just saying, man. We need that scene. She could have just fell asleep and not burnt nothing.
I hear you.
Spilled a soda or something.
Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, they wanted levity from all the screaming that was happening.
Yeah, that's true. It was like we needed a calm, funny scene. How about her falling asleep on the grill? Yeah, most teenagers work at McDonald's around this time. Let her fall asleep on the grill.
Yeah,
like, come on, fam.
She was falling asleep. She was studying.
Whatever, man. She tried to kill the whole store.
Yeah,
but everyone's studying. Everyone's getting their grades up, passing the test. And they love him. He's like he's Jesus in this movie.
Yeah. There's some scenes
where he's like walking down the hallway. It looked like he was about to put his hand. He put his hands to his sides like that, And
he bashes in it a little bit too much.
I thought he was gonna have like his stigmata was gonna appear on his fucking palms. It was like such. Every handshake, every time someone came in for a regular handshake, he would put his hand over their hand like a priest.
How are you, Mike? Yeah, that's true.
I didn't notice that at all. Okay.
When he
that's crazy.
When the same
like
kid that got
least
beat up
twice.
Yeah, I saw that the scene where the kid got beat up. He shook his hand, and the kid was trying to shake his hand formally, and he was like that. Hit him with
I do remember that.
With the part of my
I remember that one.
Yeah.
But they would alternate between like he's Jesus, he's heavenly, he's like ethereal, and then like in the next scene he's like barking orders. This is a war. Just goes from fucking Christ to Patton.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah. Dude,
they gotta show you he's a crazy person.
I'm surprised there weren't like fucking recruiters in the lunchroom. How much this movie was like. It was military propaganda. Yeah. It was great. Fucking like they're playing
the drums.
Drummer boy music.
Every time you get
we're going to war. It was insane.
Go 10. Take the chains off the door. That's what I said.
That's how he saw it.
That is how he saw it.
He saw all
the battlefield.
Yeah,
I got another fun fact for you that you guys will actually like. So he actually was not the first choice for this role.
Who was it? Was it Sam Jackson or some shit like that?
It was, interestingly enough, it was Sidney Poitier first.
Oh, shit.
However, Sidney Poitier turned it down because he did not agree with Joe Clark's politics.
Oh.
So, next person was
Morgan Freeman.
Bill Cosby.
Oh, Bill Cosby.
Oh my God.
They determined that the performer's energy was too low for the role.
No.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
Third choice.
I wonder why his energy was so low.
The views and opinions of Welcome to My Hood Film Podcast not necessarily reflect those
based on that last scene.
Hey, I got you.
Would have been a bad choice.
No. Based on the whole movie, he would have been terrible. No,
but specifically that.
No.
There's one scene we got.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. No.
The third, because the third choice was Eddie Murphy.
No.
And Murphy actually was probably going to be a lock, but his contract with Paramount Pictures barred him from appearing in a Warner Brothers picture.
Oh.
So we almost would have had Eddie Murphy as Joe Clark, but it didn't work out.
He would have been pretty good, but I don't think it was.
It had to be Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Right one.
And it was there anybody else? Okay, the next person before Morgan was Danny Glover. But
that might have been the way it would work.
He was in another film we like to know as Lethal Weapon 2.
Get that back.
That's where it finally came down to Morgan Freeman.
This shit worked out for everybody. We got another Lethal Weapon and Morgan Freeman. It can't be Eddie Murphy. Was like, bro, I need to look at I need a principal to be scary a little bit.
And no, they're like.
I want to get that with Eddie Murphy.
Maybe not. Eddie Murphy is a little too. Even when Eddie Murphy is intense, he's like yelling, like in like something like Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
it's still funny.
Right.
He's too funny.
He's too funny. Yeah.
Yeah, he's too funny. You need a not funny guy. Morgan Freeman's not funny. You need to be scared of him. Yeah. That's why it works. Because like, there's something wrong with you.
That's true. Because if I saw that movie with Eddie Murphy, I would have been too busy laughing.
Yeah.
Him trying to portray another person would have been like, oh, this is gold.
Because Morgan Freeman screaming is not the same as Eddie Murphy screaming. Morgan Freeman screaming is like, oh, I better listen because you might.
This motherfucker has something.
Yeah, he is about.
Yeah. And that's why I was sitting there like, oh man. But before we get into that last scene, real quick, I want to ask you one last question. Now that we know that there was other people that were up for the role besides Morgan Freeman, if this movie was made now in 2024. Would you want it to be like a time skip sequel, or would you want it to be like a straight remake?
I think remake.
How you do a time? It's a real nigga. How you gonna do a time?
Bruh, you could say like,
Well, if we do a time skip, he's just dead.
He's just like the son of Joe Clark or something like that.
I don't know. That's too much like Creed.
Yeah. That works because that's not a real person.
Your daddy would have loved you as a principal.
They get Christopher Moltisanti to come in and be the Italian. Michael Imperioli.
Wasn't you here before? Yeah, that was my father.
Jesus Lord.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so you would rather remake, and in this case, maybe somebody else besides Morgan Freeman as a principal, or you want to do the same guy just old?
No,
No,
like,
God,
I do
no.
a remake. He's already done the role.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just
right.
put him back in it.
Yeah.
Who the hell would I pick? You know, how old was he in this movie?
That's a very good question. It's hard to say. I would have to do some math to that, but I can go ahead and keep talking while I do that math.
Honestly, like, it's not just because I mentioned Creed, but for some reason I would want Michael B. Jordan to do a series. He was great in Fruitvale Station.
Nah, you know who could do it? Yahweh Abdul Mateen, the Aquaman villain.
Oh, I was like,
I think he can do it. I don't know how to say his name. Sorry, butchering that.
He was the Candyman's son.
Oh, he was. Yeah. Yeah, he can do it. I seen him.
Sons, geez.
I seen him be intense. He can do it.
Okay, so as of
Jonathan Majors. No.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe a little
Maybe.
Give that
so
some time.
right now
there's a lot of
he's
time.
87. So if you subtract, what's that? 4 decades basically.
Yeah.
So you subtract 4 decades. Oh, so he was in his mid 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you subtract, mid 40s. He's late 40s.
I can't even think of actors right now.
You have to
Yeah.
Nah, it's all good.
Hey, man. Morgan Freeman was not replaceable.
Who's like, Denzel's a little too old.
Too old.
Yeah, he's up there with him.
Yeah,
so
it really is.
It is tough because a lot of these guys that you will want to play the role are older.
Mm-hmm.
They're all in his age range or close to it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just say close to it because Morgan Freeman is 87. God bless him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Dak, who's like a guy right now?
You know who would have been good, and
up?
God rest his soul, Chadwick Boseman. Probably would have been one.
Okay,
I feel like he could have pulled it off.
I can see that. He could have pulled it off. You might be right about that.
And in absence of him, who's the guy in Black Klansman?
That's actually Denzel Washington's son.
Oh, well then that's perfect.
Yeah. That's his son. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's too short.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. You mean like for him saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
He's too short, but stand him on an apple box. It's fucking Hollywood.
I need to see it. I need to see him walking. I need to see those long shots of him walking.
Every scene he's on a
He
towel.
can't be shorter than the vice principal.
Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
I that one's a tough one to be a reboot. You're right. It's kind of hard to find somebody that could do what he did, and that's probably why he was picked to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's funny because now Eddie Murphy's done some serious movies, so it's like there's a shot, but even now it's like you still wouldn't take it seriously.
Yeah, Chris Rock's done some serious movies.
Yeah, right. He's still
him in that Saw movie was insane.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Every time I saw it, I wanted to laugh. I was like, I know he's trying. I know he's being as serious as he can, but you just sit there like, somebody gonna turn around like, did you not see the person get fucking mutilated?
In Fargo, he's not that bad. Like, he's not really funny. Not on me in a bad way. He's more like, all right, it's not. I'm not laughing. Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know. Maybe you would
Howard.
have to go a little younger if you're gonna do a remake.
Right.
Or you know what? If it's like you're saying, is like your father would have loved you as a principal.
Yeah.
That maybe would lend to younger
generation. Yeah.
Like if it was gonna be like his kid, you pretty much just have to make Creed again. You just have to have Michael B. Jordan be
the principal. Yeah.
Jesus
or you get
Christ.
be the son of Joe Clark.
You get Tay Diggs and he'd be like, I remember I sat there and watched him throw out 300 students. I didn't say a word. I just passed the test. Like,
oh yeah. If it's like a student came.
Yeah.
He inspired.
He's like, he inspired me.
Just like spin off. That's
just like they did the Hawkeye show. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Where it's just randomly that girl was standing there watching Hawkeye do all that work.
Anthony Mackie wouldn't be bad.
Okay. Maybe.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's fucking so hard to headcast a remake or a reboot.
Yeah, that's why we all got this job, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why we shouldn't be done as much time as they do it.
Oh, because I said Marvel just made me think. But he's kind of short too. Jeffrey Wright.
He's old, man.
What? That's old enough. Sterling K. Brown.
Okay.
Yeah. He could have made that work a little bit. Black Panther's uncle could have made that work.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't know for the longest time Jeffrey Wright played Basquiat, dude.
He played a lot of things.
That's crazy. He looks completely different.
My man's a legend, man.
He's a lot of things.
He's a lot of things, man. He was in a Bond movie. He was the Watcher. He's a lot of things. The guy's an OG. Yeah, but we got to talk about one final scene. The final scene real quick before we go.
The ultimate scene.
The ultimate scene, because we did not see this coming, and I'm sorry, folks. This movie's a great movie, and we're in an era where childhoods get ruined every day. And
so Mr. Clark he's being crucified.
Go ahead.
He's in the jail cell. They're about to blow up the wall with dynamite to rustle him out of there.
Stupid.
Just knocking a tin can against the bar.
He's stupid.
And they're like, "Yo, you gotta go outside, because these kids are gonna storm the Capitol." Like,
yo, the way he goes out is amazing, bro.
So he goes out with the lady, head of the PTA or whatever, the lady that like finessed her way onto the school board.
Yeah.
And everyone's just booing her.
Yeah.
And didn't Sims say like suck my dick?
Yeah. He got to jail. He's like, "Lady, suck on this."
Suck on this.
Yeah, all kind of shit. They were not feeling her at all.
Hating her. And then he calms him down and just lowers the crowd.
After basking in it, just enjoying it, just having a grand old time. Yeah.
I don't have to do anything except stay black and die.
Yeah. Let the mayor steward it.
Epic line. That was amazing. So anyway, he goes out there, he calms down the crowd, and he's like, "I told you to obey the law and pull your pants up and all that shit." And then the vice principal's just sprinting through the crowd and comes up and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Still being a dick, still being an abusive husband, gaslighting her. Like, "What the fuck are you? You told me to hand deliver stuff to you. You gotta read this." And then he reads the passing. Did it even say the percentage wise? It was like
no. They just said they passed.
My headcanon is 77.
Yeah.
The way he said it is like, "Oh, I've got amazing news, everyone. This is the best thing that's ever happened. We got the minimum."
Yeah.
Hey, 33 to a 75 is a big jump in less than a full year.
Yeah. We just got it in under the wire. Everyone
3
explodes.
Yeah, that's a
Everyone
good jump.
goes crazy.
Yeah.
They're running up. They're fucking high-fiving.
I've never done that before.
They're about to carry him out on their backs. And then the girl earlier in the movie, who he's like, "Oh, the mouth you got on you could be a lawyer." She runs up to him, full mouth kiss.
Yeah.
Not like tongue, but lips to lips.
Yeah, it was
undeniable, even with the grainy footage.
Yeah.
High school senior, it's not good.
It's not good.
That's why you couldn't have had Bill Cosby in the role.
Oh, there it is.
Someone definitely mean that.
Folks, it was the 80s.
Wild.
Yeah.
Different time. I'm not going to lie.
Listen.
Yeah, you could do that.
I'm going to assume that's a 5% that wasn't true.
I hope.
That and maybe the head nigga in charge thing you said, like you didn't say that back then.
We forgot to bring that up. That was the main quote. The head nigga in charge.
The head nigga in charge
when a white teacher was like, what does that
mean? He said HNIC.
Yeah.
I feel like I know a couple of what of those things. What is the N?
What's the N? And black lady's like, come on, man.
IC is in charge. I know that part.
Yeah. The first two is I'm losing it on the first two. I got
the last two, but that first two, I don't know, man. This is how this.
What is an HN?
Yeah, we just had to point out
like
that
an RN.
We had to point out that scene because it was crazy. Like I said, it's the '80s. That
you
scene
could see every
now.
white teacher in the faculty room just like tense up. Like,
what the HNIC part? Yeah.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Does anyone have any questions? I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. And then his man's like trumps him later. He goes, in case you were wondering, I'm the head nigga in charge.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna come me to get some food.
And he leaned on the R.
Yeah, he leaned on it. He made sure. That is a symbolic scene because years later, God rest his soul, rapper Prodigy made several albums called the HNIC. He even made a song. It was called "Of the HNIC, the head nigga in charge, the boss, the Captain Crunch Dog, the Sarge." I remember that. It was one of my favorite albums. And I never realized, it took me a minute to realize he was doing Lean On Me until he get to the end of the album and he played the same scene.
Yeah.
That is the last song on the album. It gets quiet on here is, I'm the head nigga in charge. And the CD just ends. That's it. CD stops. That's it. That's a rap. That's a great drop. And they just call it. And I was like, this is how real Lean On Me was. Most rappers choose to get Scarface quotes, Carlitos quotes, My man said, I need Lean on Me. Shout out to Prodigy for that.
I feel like there was a few rappers that sampled like Morgan Freeman. I feel like I heard that when he kept yelling to kill you on crack, right? I feel like I heard that at least 3 different rap songs.
I'm sure they did, but to make it a whole album, you know what I mean? True. Like to build an album around the head nigga charge.
That nigga charge. Hey man, spoke to him.
Morgan Freeman.
He's like, I am the head nigga in charge.
Yeah, I did that. That's me. That album is me right here. When they asked what's his favorite rap albums, he's not saying Run DMC. He's like, that one. I waited 20 years for this album to come out.
Hilarious.
But that other scene, though, that was a wild scene. I've seen it done before. I just didn't think it was going to be done here in this movie.
Yeah.
That was a wild scene.
It was absolutely spur of the moment.
Yeah.
There's no way they planned that.
No.
Because that's, even in the 80s, too much.
No, it was
too much. It really caught us all off guard because the movie was completely over.
It was over. You could see the credits.
You see the credits getting ready to roll.
Cut the legs out from the rest of the movie.
Just cut it. Yeah, everything you was doing, rooting for this man, rooting for the kids.
You're like conflicted the whole time. He's telling the kid to jump off the roof and he's screaming at everybody, firing all these teachers. And they're like, maybe he inspired the whole school. And then,
I love Mr. Clark. You know,
right. Oh, I bet you do. I bet you really love Mr. Clark.
My man said, you love crack so much, go jump off the roof.
You did
crack so much, jump off the roof. Kill yourself, my guy.
It's the same thing anyway, but faster. Like, wow.
That's what he said. Like, you gonna kill yourself now, bro. You not? All right, then stop doing crack.
It's wild.
My man never smoked the pipe again.
Listen, you got the scores up. He deserves a little bit.
No, he deserves it.
He deserves some senior pussy.
Yeah,
it's okay. He's 18.
I just realized, does that mean that kid gotta take the test again? Is it like a yearly test?
He might not even have to take the test.
Yeah.
He might have been too young.
Yeah. No, he was taking it.
Oh, okay. I don't know then.
Yeah, he was.
Maybe each grade has one.
Entire school.
Yeah, it was the entire school. That's why I was like,
tester.
Yeah,
he's probably gonna take the test again.
City public schools is wild.
Trash.
I mean, every school uses some test. Well, in the tri-state area at least. I don't know about how they do it in Montana.
Other places, I've been to a lot of schools. They do it like that.
Oh, they do it. Okay. That's what I'm like. These tests be wild, and I'm against all of them because I've been through it because it's just stupid.
It's none of the shit they teach you.
Yeah, it's just
let's see what our job is to educate you. Let's just see what you know. Besides that,
it's like fuck it. I already got to take a final. Now you're giving me regions and standardized tests, and I got to take a test to get into college. It's just so much. It's like we need to I wish there was a way to just be like, let me just go on for an interview. Just interview me for the goddamn school. I don't care. Like, if you feel I'm not Harvard material, cool. The interview let me know enough. Don't make me take some tests.
That's a good idea.
You're a really smart guy, but you ain't getting this 1600 or whatever the Kira score is now. Then no Harvard for you, my friend. All right, cool. Hostos, let's go. Like, let's just do it that way. But anyway, O'Shea, my brother, I appreciate you, man, doing the podcast with us. You really answered my question earlier because I know you're going to keep watching hood films because you watch Friday After Next.
A lot.
But if you could let these good people know where they can find you on social media, any shows you got coming up, anything.
I'm doing Meadowlands Comedy Festival. It's in Bergen. Okay. That's in end of April. Social media is at O'Shea Bogus. I'm pretty much just on Instagram. And I'm starting a podcast. My buddy's coming out here from Colorado. We got a couple episodes filmed already that we got to edit, or not filmed, just recorded. We're not even doing a visual component of the podcast. But Time Trap, that's going to be my podcast. Should be coming out May, June.
Time Trap? What's that about, bro?
Time Trap. It's just we're just a couple of we like the occult and like mysticism and ritual magic, and we're just a couple of nut bars. So we'll talk about all kinds of like manifesting and like energies in the universe, and then we'll also just like do stupid like dick jokes. Just like make fun of people on the news.
Right. Well,
it's just a fuck around podcast.
All right, ain't nothing wrong with that. Make sure you look out for Time Trap later this spring, ladies and gentlemen, when he releases it, because you're gonna follow this man on social media to know when he does release it. And of course, you can follow me and Oni at Welcome to My Hood Films Podcast on TikTok and Instagram, and on Twitter at Welcome, WELCOM, the number 2 in Hood Film. Check out clips of the show, upcoming episodes, and you'll be more notified of when we're doing stuff and every other thing we're doing. Because mainly we're doing this podcast, but you already know we're entertainers. We're out here trying to make people laugh every time, but we're also trying to put the world onto the hood, one film at a time. So again, on behalf of our boy O'Shea, we want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. Uni, anything else you want to say? We good.
That's it. That's good.
We're good. We're gonna come back for the next episode a little later, probably either this month or we're just gonna jump right into our Black History Showcase next month. But until next time, we'll see you in that time. Because this has been Welcome to My Hood Films with your boy Marvin Lattimore,
Louis Francis,
O'Shea Vargas,
and we are off this, people. Peace.